Okay, so I am organizing our work from the past few months to prepare for our homeschool review. I find this a little tricky for us because we are really an unschooling family, but Baltimore City requires a homeschooling review, which means you sit down with a reviewer twice a year at least, and they go over the work you've done in various categories, as you see here, and to make sure that you are fulfilling the state requirements for educating your kid. He's technically, according to city schools, in the fourth grade because it just goes by his age. He's 9, fourth grade. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the skills that he is demonstrating are at a fourth grade level. We just have to make sure he's doing certain things in science, math, social studies, language arts. So, for us, we're very tech friendly and we're unschooling, so it's not as structured as a rigorous homeschool or, of course, a school based setting. Um, so for us, this is what we're doing right now. Over here in this area, this is what he does daily on his own. SDE means self directed education in my own code of organization. Duolingo, he opted to learn Spanish this year. So Duolingo is an app in which he does daily Spanish lessons. Newsomatic is for social studies and language arts. It's reading comprehension. It's another app in which the news is delivered in a kid-friendly manner. So every day he reads the news. It's maybe a handful of articles about current events. It does talk about, tragedies and things, but it puts it in a kid-friendly way. I think a lot of the articles are written by kids. It there are maps with it, quizzes, activities, things to help you learn about geography, what you're learning, everything else. So it's pretty cool. Brain Pop or Brain Pop Junior covers a lot of topics because he does the movie of the day, which can be anything. It can be about an artist, it can be about geography, it can be about space or whatever. And then he does whatever activities and quizzes go along with it. And usually that covers a lot of different topics. iExcel is a website and an app that we use for testing his knowledge in social studies, math, language arts, and science. For about $20 a month, it's a learning website, but it's also a testing website. So we use that to make sure his skills are actually up to speed with what he's actually learning. Go Noodle is fun physical education. They're little learning and education videos that you dance along to. And Lumosity is kind of a brain wakener, critical thinking, problem solving kind of app. It's just one that he uses every day to, wake himself up, get his brain going. So that's the things he does on his own every day. And most of these have some sort of test or quiz or progress report that I can pull from them to show his reviewer where his skills are, what he's doing, how he's progressing, what feedback he's receiving. Let's see. A lot of these things we see CSE, we did these with our co-op. So he did, for example here, his STEM and music combination. They did the science of sound in the co-op. So he did that with the class, with other students. A lot of that we have as project demonstration. We also take a lot of pictures, and I'll show you the pictures, our Flickr website in a little bit. But we have pictures of him in class engaging in these activities with other kids, videos of that we can show to our reviewer that we are testing him, that he's doing these things, okay? A lot of these, MB means these are things he's been doing with his dad, like out in nature. So that means I make that note so that I remember to go to his dad's phone and upload any pictures to Flickr that he might have that show like field trips they took when they're out in nature. They've been studying like decay in our environment. Money, he's been going to work with his dad, so he's learning about money, about supply and demand, about lots of different things that involve, working in a business. And all these things, we have pictures, we have little quizzes we give him to kind of keep him on point, make sure he's paying attention and applying the learning that he's getting in his everyday life. Language arts, he's been doing a lot of reading, story writing, storytelling. We have an app called Epic, which is a library app. We have a lot of library apps, but this one is great. It tracks every single thing he reads, exactly how long he spends on each book, how many times he reads each book, how many pages he turns. It tracks everything, so I can keep a very good read on what he's reading, why he's reading, which ones he really likes, he's reading over and over again. It's awesome. And I will actually come back to the rest of this for one reason only. I'm sick and my voice is going out. And I'm starting to sound kind of scratchy. So let me take a pause and I will show you our Flickr website, which is where we keep all of our pictures organized. That's much more fun to look at than a whiteboard and my finger.